Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 1, Rebirth. Well. Qin Ming opened some heavy eyelids, and the luxurious room appeared in his eyes. He was stunned, clutching his aching chest and sat up. Am I already dead? Qin Ming thought of the vicious woman who was all over the country, and his eyes were full of hatred. I think he would be killed by the woman closest to him. That woman, for his body of the pill god, when he broke through the realm of the pill and refined the body of the pill god, at his most critical moment, poisoned him, he would never forget this hatred. Here is. Qin Ming looked at this familiar and unfamiliar room, but couldn't remember it for a moment. At this moment, with a squeak, the door was pushed open, and a woman about 30 or so with beautiful cheeks came in with a bowl. Looking at the girl who was walking, Qin Ming seemed silly. Mother. 2 lines of clear tears slipped from his cheeks. Minger, you are awake. The woman said in surprise, and immediately walked to the bed and sat next to Qin Ming. Why are you crying? Is there any physical pain? As she said, the woman checked Qin Ming's body. Qin Ming hugged the woman. Mother, it's really you. I'm not dreaming. When the woman heard this, she reacted. Qin Ming missed him, not because of physical pain. She patted Qin Ming on the back, and said softly, what's the matter? Minger, I missed my mother after only such a short time. Qin Ming trembled, holding the woman's hand tightly. I only feel the warmth of the woman's arms. How many times have I dreamed of my mother in my previous life, and every time I woke up, I burst into tears. In the previous life, Qin Ming's family was killed by the Zhao family, and under the protection of his parents desperately, Qin Ming escaped a catastrophe. He will never forget the scene where his father and mother died in front of him. Later, when he broke through Wuling and returned to take revenge, the Zhao family had already been wiped out. Qin Ming did not find out who killed the Zhao family for a long time. He only found out that the Zhao family was instigated to kill his whole family. Qin Ming tried his best to find out the real enemy. And now, Qin Ming was born again, and his mother appeared in front of him. Qin Ming clenched his fists. In this life, he must take good care of his relatives and absolutely not allow anyone to hurt them at all. For a long time, he let go of his mother reluctantly, and wiped his tears with his hand. Come on, Minger, it's time to drink the medicine. Mother Qin took the medicine and slowly fed it to Qin Ming with a spoon. You are not allowed to fight with people anymore, have you heard? Hearing his mother's reproach, Qin Ming nodded, and watched his mother hand over the spoon and drank. This medicine is very bitter, but his mother feeds it and he thinks it is very sweet. His mother told him about the fight, which also let him know when he was born again. If I remember correctly, Zhao Kuo stopped him this morning, saying that he would ride his sister, and there were many insults to her sister. He couldn't stand it, and had a fight with Zhao Kuo. Zhao Kuo beat him violently and knocked him unconscious. And tomorrow night the Zhao family will attack him, and torturing his whole family. God, thank you for letting me come back to this time, thank you. I will not let this disaster happen. After taking the medicine, his mother said a lot of concerns and asked him to rest more. After leaving Qin Ming's room, he carefully closed Qin Ming's door before leaving. After his mother left, Qin Ming stood up, his vitality surged. A phantom flashed behind him. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 2, Pill Body. Sure enough, you followed me to rebirth. It seems that the legend that talents and supernatural powers are in the soul is true. Pill God's body, refined, a blue-red flame appeared in front of Qin Ming. It seems that I will not need a furnace for alchemy in the future, and I can make alchemy directly in the void. The body of the Pill God, fight, Qin Ming's momentum soared, and soon rose from the first weight of the warrior to the first weight of the Wuzong. In this world, martial arts reach its peak, and the martial arts realm is divided into tempering body, warrior, warrior, great warrior, Wuzong, Wuling, Wuwang, Wuhuang, Wuzuan, Wusheng, Wudi. And every realm is a heaven, and it is impossible to challenge beyond the realm. However, Qin Ming's god-level talent did it. Not only can it cross one realm, but it can even cross 3 realms. It's just that the consumption of spiritual energy is a bit high. Qin Ming knew that when he used the body of the pill god, all the aura of the previous life had been stored by the body of the pill god, but these were rootless spiritual powers. Ming didn't dare to use it. He immediately unlocked the body of the pill god Zhan Ziju. Take out a spiritual stone. The body of the pill god, suck the spiritual energy in the spirit stone, and it quickly drains away, and it quickly becomes an ordinary stone. And the dark shadow behind Qin Ming seemed to be darker, and the stored aura was more. This is the power of the body of the pill god, this is the god-level talent that the beautiful poisonous woman dreams of. Everyone knows that there are 4 levels of talent supernatural powers, namely, heaven, earth, mysterious, and yellow. But I don't know that above the sky level, there are still level talents and supernatural powers. Legends of god-level talents and supernatural powers are only circulated among the strong, and every method of obtaining is unbelievably difficult. In other words, the method of obtaining the body of his pill must be a person without supernatural powers to use his own ability to break into the realm of pill god. In this world, there is only one person in the realm of the pill god, and that pill master has been dead for hundreds of thousands of years. Legend has it that when the pill master broke through the pill realm, he was able to do it only by relying on the heavenly talent and supernatural powers, so the pill master did not awaken the body of the pill god. Since you followed, it is not proof that I have broken through to the pill god realm. Thinking of this, Qin Ming looked up to the sky and laughed. Pill, the of pill. I finally reached Qin Ming. In his previous life, his talent for alchemy was not very good, but with a strong force, he made alchemy day and night. With this perseverance, he has cultivated to the realm of the pill emperor, and he did not have the pill emperor's realm that he had cultivated with his innate abilities. The whole world is shocked. He is also considered by the world to be the most talented alchemist and is respected by the world. That woman also appeared at that time. He didn't understand before, but now he finally wants to understand. She saw that he might break through to the pill god realm with her own strength, so she deliberately approached him in order to wait for him to break through the pill god realm and seize his body of the pill god. In vain, I am obedient to you and love you as fate. It turns out that you were calculating me from the beginning. You didn't expect it, the body of the pill is not invading. Even the 9th rank saint level, godless pill, I personally refined, there is no way to poison me. Everyone says that I have a good talent, but who knows that I can only break through the pill emperor realm by training day and night, and finally, with the support of that woman's family, I can break through to the pill god realm. If I had awakened the magical powers of alchemy, I would definitely not be able to go so far. Everyone knows that talented supernatural powers can help cultivation, but no one knows that in addition to helping cultivation, talented supernatural powers will also become the biggest obstacle. With the help of talented supernatural powers to refine alchemy or martial arts time and time again, there will inevitably be a lack of due training, which will hinder the breakthrough of the strongest realm. According to legend, god-level talent and supernatural powers are the only way to break through the emperor level. In my previous life, I didn't have enough martial arts talents. In order to get revenge, I took a fork in the road and finally only practiced to the martial emperor realm. In this life, I have the body of the pill god, and even the pill master of the pill realm. My goal is not the martial saint realm of the previous life, but the martial emperor, even the legendary realm. Martial god realm. As Qin Ming was planning for the future, a noisy sound rang outside the door. The Qin family, come out quickly to accept the offer. My son, Zhao Kuo, will marry Qin Qing as a concubine tomorrow morning. Zhao Kuo, get out of here, even if I die, I won't marry you. Qin Ming frowned and walked out the door. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 3, Qin's baby Qin Qing. Outside the Qin's house, a group of about a dozen big men stood bravely. In front of these big men, there was a big box with a red ribbon tied to it. The red ribbon was blown up by the wind and creaked. Qin Qing, stand up, what's the use of hiding behind the crowd? Zhao Kuo said arrogantly as he looked at the group of Qin family members who wanted to do it but didn't dare to do it. In the face of more than 30 Qin family members, Zhao Kuo is still arrogant. It is not because these Qin family members are weak, but because Zhao Kuo is the son of the Zhao family's patriarch. These Qin family members dare not even beat him. Hands on. He is confident. Qing, don't go out, they dare not do anything to you. We fight with them and keep all these people here. They are members of the Zhao family. The Zhao family is the four major families of Luqing. Moreover, Zhao Kuo's father is a great martial artist, and we simply can't afford it. Hearing the words of the great martial master, the Qin family who had been furious, all quieted down, and their faces were filled with helplessness. A young girl in a cyan gown with a cloud crown squeezed out of the Qin family crowd. There were tears on the girl's face, but her eyes were very bright, with big eyes open, staring at the Zhao's house. Zhao Kuo at the front of the crowd. Zhao Kuo was stared fiercely by Qing, not afraid at all. Instead, he carefully looked at Qing's rugged figure that could not be covered by the loose gown. Seeing this, an evil fire flooded towards him. Zhao Kuo ruthlessly he swallowed fiercely and said. Qing, look, I have brought you the betrothal gift. Today I will take you to my Zhao's house. We will enter the bridal chamber tonight. If you want to come, you can't wait. Qing was a little frightened by Zhao Kuo's wolf-like eyes, and when he heard Zhao Kuo's insulting words, her shoulders were trembling, her beautiful big eyes shed tears steadily, and said. Zhao Kuo, you will die of this heart, even if I die, I will not marry you. Who wants you to marry me? Are you capable of climbing my Zhao family? I just want you to be my concubine. Zhao Kuo licked his lips. Qing's frail appearance attracted his gaze. A pair of eyes, staring at Qing's undulating chest, said. It's your blessing that the young master of the Zhao family can see you. It's really shameless to want to be bigger. Take care of the young master, and the young master will definitely reward you. The big man behind the Zhao family began to talk. These big guys are Zhao Kuo's bodyguards, who specialize in protecting him. You. Qing pointed at Zhao Kuo and said loudly, you shameless. At this moment, a loud voice came from the Qin family. Who is shameless? A young man in a black gown came out. The youth was full of vigor, like the rising sun. Everyone could not help but looked at the youth in front of them. And this young man was Qin Ming, who just came out of the room. He ignored everyone's eyes and walked straight to his sister Qin Ming and said softly. Qing, who bullied you? Looking at Yua's sister who brought rain, Qin Ming was furious. Qing has always been the little princess of the whole family. Everyone has petted her. When has she been so bullied by outsiders? Brother! Qing shouted, looking at the man in front of him. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 4, Shameless. She feels that her brother has changed, become more confident, more dazzling, and taller. What has not changed is that his brother still loves herself so much. Yeah. Qin Ming touched Qing's head and said, Qing, don't cry, brother will help you beat the bad guy. If I remember correctly, Zhao Kuo came to propose marriage today and clashed with their family. Tomorrow night, the Zhao family besieged their family and killed more than 100 people. Men died except for his escape under the cover of his parents. And his parents still died in front of him, so he remembered the scene so clearly that this has always been a nightmare for him. After untold hardships, Qin Ming's strength reached the realm of Wuzong. After returning to investigate, it turned out that the Zhao family and the Qin family were full, and it was not because of their sister Qin. The Zhao family was instigated. Moreover, after the Qin family was destroyed, the Zhao family was also destroyed the next night, and the whole family was killed, with no trace at all. The reason why the Zhao family destroyed the Qin family and the clues behind the scenes were also broken. In this life, he will not let such a tragedy happen. In the last life, let the murderer go unpunished. In this life, Qin Ming will kill his enemies. Thousands of pieces. Thinking of this, Qin Ming suddenly turned around and looked fiercely at the Zhao family's group of people in front of him, and said sharply. You bullied my sister. Qin Ming didn't speak loudly, but there seemed to be a terrifying force that made Zhao Kuo involuntarily take 2 steps back. After taking 2 steps back, Zhao Kuo suddenly felt embarrassed. He felt that what happened to him today, how afraid of Qin Ming, could not help but walked forward 3 steps. It's me. Thinking that Qin Ming was knocked out by himself yesterday and not strong enough, Zhao Kuo suddenly gained momentum. "It's me, what do you want?" Pop. As soon as the voice fell, Qin Ming had disappeared in place and appeared in front of Zhao Kuo, and there were 5 clear fingerprints on Zhao Kuo's face. Do you dare to hit me?" Zhao Kuo looked at Qin Ming incredulously. Papa. Papa. Qin Ming raised his hand and slapped again. "You shameless, slap. Calling you shameless." Pop. Since Zhao Kuo was shameless, then Qin Ming specially beat Zhao Kuo in the face. Zhao Kuo was beaten up, he was a 4th-order warrior, and Qin Ming's strength was only a 1st-order warrior. Why was there no way to hide from Qin Ming? At this time, Zhao Kuo's bodyguard also reacted and shouted loudly. "Let go of master." One by one big men, with spiritual energy gathered in their hands, rushed towards Qin Ming and looked at the fluctuations in the spiritual energy on their bodies. Obviously, their cultivation bases are not weak. The worst is the 5th level of the samurai, and the leader is even the 7th level. 4. The man who rushed to the front was the man on the 7th floor of the samurai, waving his fist and rushing towards Qin Ming. The big man rushed faster, and went back faster. At the moment of the electric flint, he was kicked by Qin Ming and flew out. He fell to the ground with a puff, and couldn't get up for a long time. The big guys behind, like this big guy, came up one by one and flew out one by one. The last few big guys didn't dare to go forward at all, and stood there hesitating. "It's amazing." Qin opened her eyes wide, looking at Qin Ming who was still slapped Zhao Kuo expressionlessly, her eyes shining. "Kill him, kill them." The Qin family also shouted. They had long looked down upon this group of people, but because of the Zhao family's influence, they didn't dare to do anything. Now that Qin Ming is in the lead, they are of course excited. "Junior, stop." An old man wearing white suddenly appeared in the distance, shouting loudly. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 5, Father Qin. The old man's temples are bulging high, his whole body is full of aura, running hard, his white gown is flying in the air with amazing momentum. "Martial Master Realm." Someone from the Qin family exclaimed. "De lose 9 me." Zhao Kuo, who was still being slapped by Qin Ming, shouted loudly. Qin Ming watched the old man approach and kicked Zhao Kuo towards the old man. The old man quickly caught Zhao Kuo who was flying towards him, looked at Qin Ming sternly, and said with a grin. "Junior, didn't I tell you to stop? Being an old and disrespectful thing, what are you? If you tell me to stop, you think you are my grandson?" Qin Ming said disdainfully. The old man handed Zhao Kuo to the servant of the Zhao family next to him, agitated, and said coldly. "Little witty boy, I want to see if your methods are as good as your mouth." The old man was sent by the patriarch of the Zhao family to protect Zhao Kuo secretly, and his identity was Zhao Kuo's uncle. Just now, he just stood a little far away. He did not expect that someone in the Qin family would dare to do something. If he was not careful, Zhao Kuo would be beaten into a pig head. After returning, he still didn't know how the head of the family would punish him. Thinking of this, I would treat Qin Ming. The hatred is even greater. The old man flashed in the void, and he had already arrived in front of Qin Ming, with a palm print on Qin Ming's chest, and the palm of the hand spurred the wind, which everyone in the Qin family could hear. Snapped. A figure suddenly appeared in front of Qin Ming. The figure was tall and dressed in a brown long gown. The corners of the gown danced with the wind, and his body fluctuated violently, causing the Zhao family to take 2 steps back. "Father!" Qin shouted loudly. "Patriarch!" The Qin family's crowd also saluted Gongsheng. The man who stood in front of Qin Ming was the leader of the Qin clan, the highest state of martial arts. The figure waved his hand, without turning his head, staring at the old man in front of him, and said calmly. "What? The elders of the Zhao family are getting better and better, and they actually bullied the juniors, and are not afraid of making people laugh." Qin Ming stood behind his father, did not speak, but quietly looked at the tall figure in front of him. He had known his father was hiding aside, watching the farce in front of him. Even if his father didn't make a move, he could easily defeat Zhao's elders, but he still didn't want to reveal his strength and deliberately let his father make a move. Good, good. The old man said 3 good words in succession, and then said fiercely, "It seems that the Qin family doesn't want to hang on in Luqing anymore, and dare to beat the young master Zhao family. Let's go." After speaking, the old man disappeared in front of everyone with this group of people. Now he can't beat the patriarch of the Qin family at all. "Qin Ming, come with me to the study." After the Zhao family left, the Qin patriarch said solemnly. "Yes." After Qin Ming finished speaking, he followed his father and walked into Qin's house. Sister Qin Qing looked at her elder brother worriedly. She knew that Qin Ming had caused trouble for her this time. The father, who wanted to intercede for his elder brother, but was somewhat afraid and severe, couldn't help but stand still. Qin family, the master's study. Patriarch of the Qin family, Qin Yuan looked at Qin Ming, who seemed a little different from the past, with some surprises, but more with joy. However, Qin Yuan still put on the majesty of his father, and said with a stern face. "Qin Ming, do you know how much trouble you have caused today?" In the past, Qin Ming was most afraid of going to the study to teach. Every time he was conscientious, but now he is neither humble nor overbearing, standing there confidently, with deep eyes and gutters in his chest. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 6, Master Dan Wang. "Father, I don't think it's anything. It is clear that the Zhao family is here to insult our Qin family. Even if I don't take action, the Zhao family will force us to do it." Qin Ming said calmly. The Zhao family made it clear that they were looking for fault, and only in this way would they have a reason to destroy their Qin family tomorrow night. Even if Qin Ming didn't make a move, the Zhao family would force the Qin family to make a move. Hearing what Qin Ming said, Qin Yuan was taken aback. Of course he knew these things. He had gone through so many things, and of course he knew that today the Zhao family was deliberately finding fault. It just didn't happen that Qin Ming also saw things so thoroughly. "Father, you only know that the Zhao family is deliberately looking for faults, but you didn't expect that the purpose of the Zhao family is to destroy the entire family of our Qin family. If you know now, you will probably pack your luggage overnight and run away with the family children." Qin Ming Wang, with a surprised look on his father, he thought hard. "Why are you suddenly so strong?" Qin Yuan asked suddenly. Qin Ming's talents can only be said to be average, the family's business is not very good, and there are not many spirit stones for Qin Ming to practice at ordinary times, and now Qin Ming's martial arts realm is clearly only a warrior level, he should be used. Kind of superb martial arts. This time Qin Ming defeated several high-ranking warriors, and the martial arts used by Qin Ming made Qin Yuan, a martial artist with the 9th Dan cultivation base, unable to understand. If Qin Ming knew his father's guess, he would definitely say, "Father, you think too much. What martial skills are needed to deal with these vegetables, eyes and hands will soon be enough. Father, I worshipped a master who taught me a few kung fu, but I didn't expect that the master taught so much kung fu and easily defeated those people." Qin Ming said frankly. He had already figured out the countermeasures. As long as he clearly said that he had worshipped a mysterious master, he could explain the origin of martial arts. Moreover, no martial artist would get to the bottom of martial arts, even his father. Qin Ming has already planned. After the Zhao family is destroyed tonight, tomorrow night he will go to his previous master and bring the master to the family. His master is King Pill, enough to conceal the origin of his current strength. As for why he was knocked out by Zhao Kuo yesterday, he could explain the past by simply saying that he was attacked by the Zhao family. Moreover, in this life, he wants to take over the master's Liangzi, and avenge his Dantian being deposed for the master. Qin Yuan nodded, and only by being accepted as an apprentice by an expert can he suddenly become so powerful. Qin Ming, you have to learn from your master. Such a strong person is willing to teach you. This is your blessing. Don't worry, father, the master has promised me to come to the family, and I will take the master to the family in 2 days. Qin Ming said confidently. Good. Qin Yuan was happy. If there is a strong man in the family, he would dare to be arrogant in the Zhao family. Qin Yuan was very relieved that Qin Ming followed the mysterious powerhouse to learn martial arts, and the Qin family had nothing of value, which could make the mysterious powerhouse worry about it. In this way, if you study with the master, you will definitely need spirit stones. There are some spirit stones here. Take them and use them well. After speaking, Qin Yuan handed Qin Ming a bag, which was a little heavy. After Qin Ming took over, thanked him, "Thank you, father. Given by the elders, I dare not give up." "Well, go back and practice hard." "Yes, father." Qin Ming strode out of the study. Outside the study, Qin was pacing anxiously, seeing Qin Ming coming out, hurriedly greeted him, and asked with concern. "Brother, father didn't punish you?" Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 7, by Lingji. Qin Ming shook his head, lifted the bag on his hand, and said, "Instead of reproaching me, he gave me these spirit stones." "Wow! Such a big bag of spirit stones, it is estimated that there are 100 or dozens of them." Qin's eyes are full of wealth, and he looked at the bag in front of him enviously. "I don't care, you have so many spirit stones, you want to give it to me. Buy delicious and beautiful clothes. There are 200 spiritual stones." Qin Ming was a strong man in the martial arts realm in his previous life. As soon as he held the bag in his hand, he knew how many stones there were. "Tomorrow I will take you to the street for a good stroll. Do you think buy what you want?" As the little princess of the Qin family, Qin has always been sensible. She doesn't mess with spirit stones at all. She always eats frugally. Her younger sister says she wants to buy delicious and beautiful clothes. She just talks about it, she just wants Qin Ming accompanies her to go shopping. At best, she buys some small accessories. However, Qin Ming will not treat his sister badly in this life. He has already planned to take his sister around Luqing tomorrow and buy more clothes for her sister. As for where did the spirit stone come from? Of course it's not just 200 inferior spirit stones. How can these 200 inferior spirit stones buy clothes worthy of my sister? Lingshi must be taken from Zhao's family. That's what you said, so let's just say that. Tomorrow we will go shopping. Qin said with a final word, as if she was afraid that Qin Ming would go back. Qin Ming smiled and shook his head, and said with a smile. "Go, let's go out." "Where?" "Go shopping." "No, let you do something fun." "What fun thing?" Qin's big eyes flickered, looking at Qin Ming like a baby. He always felt that his brother seemed to have become different, more confident and more mysterious. The corner of Qin Ming's mouth curled up, smiled slightly, and said, "Let's go, you'll know when you get there." Luqing, Shunli Street. Qin Ming and Qin came to a luxurious attic, and Qin Ming walked in with Qin striding in. "This guest, what would you like to order?" A polite maid greeted both of them and asked respectfully. "Keep away the roots, flowers and grasses, Jingxiangli." More than a dozen first-grade, second-grade Lingji, and a third-grade Lingji popped out of Qin Ming's mouth. "Brother, what are you doing in Jueming Pavilion to buy these things?" Qin asked curiously. Brother Qin Ming is really getting more and more incomprehensible. I don't know where he heard the names of these Lingji, let alone what he wanted to buy these Lingji. "Does your brother want to learn alchemy?" Shaking her head, Qin denied her own naive idea. Pill refining is not easy. Their Qin family manages pill medicine and knows the business of pill medicine best. Although alchemy looks simple, you can mix and match a few herbs at random and put them in the alchemy furnace. After a period of time, you can harvest more pills. But actually, the patriarch of the Qin family, Qin Ming and her father, had also tried alchemy, but with the strength of his father's martial arts realm, he couldn't make even the simplest alchemy pills. After wasting countless spiritual plants, Father Qin simply gave up the idea of alchemy. "You'll know later," Qin Ming said with a mysterious smile. It's not that Qin Ming doesn't want to tell the truth with his sister, it's that this is really incredible. His Qin Ming had never done alchemy in front of his younger sister, and suddenly told her one day that I would do alchemy and that I was also a divine alchemist in the realm of alchemy. If she killed her sister, she wouldn't believe it, maybe she would only think she was talking in a dream. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 8, Pill of Darkness as Ink. Hello guest, all the medicinal materials you want are ready for you. The maid handed over a box full of medicinal materials. The spiritual plants that Qin Ming asked for were very ordinary, and there were many of them in Jueming Pavilion. After weighing the box, Qin Ming asked, "How many spirit stones?" 190 low-grade spirit stones. Give you. After paying the lingsher, Qin Ming took his younger sister and returned directly to Qin Ming's bedroom. Brother, what are you going to do? You don't really want to do alchemy yourself, do you? Of course, otherwise, why do you think your brother should buy these lingji? Qin Ming said naturally. Qin Qing scanned the room carefully, and said, Brother, even if you want to make alchemy, you should prepare the alchemy furnace first, right? Qin Qing still knew the basic common sense of alchemy. To refine the pill, how can there be an alchemy furnace? But in this small room, there is no alchemy furnace at all. Isn't your brother sleeping confused? Who said that alchemy furnaces are necessary for alchemy? Qin Ming said with a smile. Pill God's body, refining. In an instant, a purple flame appeared in front of Qin Ming. Good, good, so beautiful. Brother, how did you do this, can you teach me? Qin Qing said excitedly, looking at the beautiful flame in front of her. No. Qin Ming shook his head directly, then opened the box on his hand, took out the lingji inside, and threw it directly toward the flame. The spiritual plants are like well-behaved lambs, standing in line, approaching towards the purple flame. The medicinal materials that came into contact with the flame instantly melted, turning into small liquid medicinal beads of pure color, red, green, yellow, colorful, and extremely beautiful. Soon these medicinal materials all merged into small liquid beads, supported by invisible power, flying up and down in the air. Wow! Sister Qin Qing couldn't help but was silly. Lien. With Qin Ming's voice, the small medicine beads began to merge automatically, turning into small solid pills, and flew to Qin Ming's hand. Looking at the 7-pattern qi-gathering pill in his hand, Qin Ming wiped the non-existent sweat on his forehead. The strength is still too bad, it takes so much effort to make a high-grade qi-gathering pill. Almost refined into a perfect qi-gathering pill. If a perfect 9-pattern qi-gathering pill appeared in a small place like Lucheng, it would probably cause unnecessary trouble. Fortunately, relying on the strength of the pill god, Qin Ming still refined the qi-gathering pill with 7 patterns, but not 9 patterns. This is a successful refining, how is it possible? Sister Qin Ming looked at Qin Ming's pill in disbelief with her eyes wide open. There are 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. OMG. There are 7 patterns, this is the top-grade pill. Pills are divided into 4 categories, low-grade, middle-grade, top-grade, and perfect. The high-grade qi-gathering pill is a pill used by martial masters for cultivation, and each one costs 10 middle-grade spirit stones. That is 1,000 low-grade spirit stones. Is it difficult to say good alchemy? Do you need a furnace for alchemy? Why is there a black pill? Qin Ming didn't understand when he looked at the pitch-black pill in his hand. Logically speaking, the strength of his divine pill realm was impossible to refine a failed pill. What happened to this black pill? Qin Ming took the pill on his nose and smelled it. The body of the pill immediately reacted to the pill, and he also knew its effect. Upgrade the spiritual root aptitude below the middle grade spiritual root. Upgrade your qualifications. Qin Ming was taken aback. It was estimated that this had triggered the natural ability of the pill god body. There was a certain probability that a characteristic pill could be refined. However, this ability is too strong. This is an elixir for improving qualifications. Even Qin Ming, who lived more than 10,000 years in his previous life, has never heard of it. This ability, I like it. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 9, Sel Dan. His spiritual root is the best hidden spiritual root of the fire system, and there is no need to upgrade at all, but the younger sister can use this pill. The spiritual roots are divided into low-grade, medium-grade, high-grade and top-grade spiritual roots. Qin Qing, then, give you this pill. Qin Ming threw the black pill to his sister, who was still surprised with her cute little mouth. Poison pill. What kind of poison pill, brother, can still harm you? This is a good pill that others dream of. Qin Ming curled his lips and said, you can eat it with confidence. Since my brother said that none of this is a good pill, then this is a good pill. Qin put the pill in her mouth without thinking about it, and then said with her mouth flat. So bitter. Suddenly, Qin felt aura begin to pour in from Tianling Gai, and a refreshing feeling spread throughout her body. So cool. It's like eating a piece of ice on a hot day. It's so cool and refreshing. However, I felt that it came and went quickly, and the feeling of comfort disappeared in a moment. Brother. Do you have any more? I want more. Qin said, shaking while holding her brother's arm. Qin Ming spread out the pill on his hand and said to his sister, look, no, it's all qi gathering pill. Qin carefully looked at the pill in her brother's hand and counted it. 1, 2, 3, 6, 20. 20 exactly. Brother, have you refined 20 qi gathering pills? Qin suddenly jumped up and exclaimed. A 7-pattern qi gathering pill sells at least 1,000 low-grade spirit stones, and 20 is 20,000. 190 low-grade spirit stones, refined into pill, earn 19,810 low-grade spirit stones. This total is, 1, 2, 3. I don't know it. Anyway, it is many times. Does pharmacist pill earn spiritual stones like this? Qin looked at Qin Ming suspiciously, and asked, brother, didn't others say that one qi gathering pill can only make 10 qi gathering pills at most? How are you, how? That's because others have poor knowledge. A real alchemist can produce 20 qi gathering pills with one piece of qi gathering pill. Qin Ming said naturally. Is it really? I read relatively little, so don't lie to me. Qin always felt that something was wrong, but she couldn't tell. Go. Qin Ming said. Where to go? Sell pill. It was the Jueming pavilion, and Qin Ming took his younger sister to the pavilion again. The maid saw the guest who had just received her, and now she came again, hurriedly greeted her, and asked nervously. Guest, do you need any help? Isn't it the problem with Lingji she just sold? But, she checked it carefully just now. Those Lingji should all be good, fresh Lingji is right. Sell the pill. After saying this, Qin Ming passed the pill that he was holding on to. The maid hurriedly held the scattered pill with both hands and breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that the Lingji she sold was not the problem. But these two people are too strange, this is the first time she has seen someone selling pills like this. Others sell pill medicine in jade bottles. And the man in front of him, unexpectedly, grabbed the pill directly with his hands. Grab it. This is the first time she has encountered this kind of thing in reception for so many years, and this is the top-grade qi gathering pill. My goodness. These are all high-grade spirit gathering pills. Grab the top-grade qi gathering pill by hand. Dear guest, wait a minute, I'll call us to take care of the work. When did the little girl see such a precious pill? She hurriedly shouted towards the house. Governance-ly. Come out quickly, here is a guest selling pills. Alchemy and Martial Supreme Chapter 10, 210 Middle Grade Spirit Stones. What is it worth yelling at? It seems that your mental quality is not good enough, and you have to strengthen your mental exercise. A middle-aged man walked out carelessly. He is an upright alchemist who can refine middle-grade qi refining pills, an alchemist in the realm of alchemy. What? Guanshi saw the pill held by the maid, and made a louder voice than the maid, and exclaimed, high-grade qi gathering pill. Ouch, how do you hold it with your hands? How many times have I told you that the pill is very delicate and needs to be packed in a good jade bottle? Guanshi took out a jade bottle from his arms, carefully installed the qi gathering pill. What did you just say? A customer wants to sell pills? Yes. The maid nodded and said, these pills were taken by the two people in front of them. They wanted to sell the pills. These precious pills were brought over by these two young people. Guanshi realized that it was impolite to say so, and said quickly. Guest, are these pills for sale? We are giving you these medicinal pills, of course we want to sell them, or else we won't be able to identify them. Qin Qing said triumphantly. She felt more face-saving for being able to make the unattainable director of Jueming Pavilion so polite. May I ask, where did your precious pill come from? Guanshi asked with a smile, with flattery in his smile. Qin Ming snorted coldly, his face became cold, and he shouted. Why, Jueming Pavilion still has to inquire about the origin of the pill. Your Excellency may have noticed that these pills have just been refined. Could this kind of pill come from a wrong path? No, absolutely not. Guanshi waved his hand quickly and apologized. Little brother, I didn't mean that. The pill is really precious. I can't help but say something. Jueming Pavilion absolutely does not have this rule, please rest assured. Brother, forget it, you also know that Luqing is remote, and high-level pills are rare. It's normal for Guanli to be curious. Sister Qin Qing said softly, taking her brother's arm. Hearing what his sister said, Qin Ming's expression changed a lot, and he waved his hand and said. Governmentally, you can ask for a price, these 20 pills, look at how many spirit stones there are in total. Thank you for your understanding. Guanshi was silent for a while, and said, do you think this works? These 20 pills are very precious. I will give you the highest price according to our firm's rules, 201. 10 middle-grade spirit stones, do you think this is okay? Qin Ming nodded, the price was very reasonable. Guanshi was able to pay this price, and he probably wanted to pay him well. Well, that's it. Qin Ming said directly with a wave of his hand. Just a little pill, he can refine it at will, to him, spirit stones are just like dung. Since he became pill saint, he has never lacked spirit stones. Moreover, he is now a pill god, and he is also a pill with god-level talent. As long as he wanted to refine these pills, he could refine hundreds of pills in one day, and it was not this kind of 7-pattern garbage pills. The 7-pattern pill is for the strength of Qin Ming's pill god. Don't get the spirit stone for the guests. Guanshi looked at the stunned maid and couldn't help but shout softly. Only then did the maid wake up from the huge spiritual stone transaction and hurriedly walk to the back room.